So it's AOC. AOC has been called out and confronted. Now, it's only 27 seconds, but there's a bigger story here. Is the squad falling apart? So first of all, AOC is confronted. What exactly happened? Well, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Jack Page. How many more kids have to die? AOC's answer to this: I wish I could make this go viral to show what an effing fraud she is. It's AOC giving a thumbs up. Woo! Thumbs up, AOC. AOC doing a thumbs up because the squad's falling apart. But this video here caught some attention. So this was in Chicago. You know, AOC's having a little lunch brunch. So let's play it.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You think okay, how many more kids have to die for call a genocide? Don't touch me. How many more kids? Get out of here. How many more kids, AOC? How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? How many more kids? Don't touch me. How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? Hey, how many more kids have to die? Tell me how many more kids.
Ah, thumbs up. Woo! Thumbs up, AOC. AOC.
How many more? How many more? 10,000 more, 20,000. How many kids have to die? Don't touch me.
Hey, she gave a thumbs up. Nod her head. That's it. Oh, in case you missed it. Hey, well, let's do a YouTube rewind time.
Hey, how many more kids have to die? Tell me how many more kids.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up right there. Hey, guys, thumbs up. Because the reason why I think AOC has now probably lost a lot of her old progressive base now is because of her statements, especially at the DNC convention. Maybe AOC systematically destroyed the idea of the squad. But let's face it, the squad was done by her mama bear. Her transformation is complete. She's officially Nancy 2.0.
AOC completely abandons the anti-genocide cause in order to advance her career as a Democrat. AOC was given a primetime speaking spot at the DNC convention and used it to engage in genocide denial and praise the people engaging in mass slaughter of Palestinians in Gaza. AOC had a unique opportunity to highlight the pain and the suffering the Palestinian people are going through, but instead she used that time to thank Genocide Joe Biden instead of highlighting how Genocide Joe is complicit with Israel genocide. AOC is straight out lying, saying Kamala Harris is working tirelessly for a ceasefire.
She is working tirelessly to secure a ceasefire in Gaza and bringing hostages home.
Literally, no one believes this, and AOC knows it. She knows exactly what she's doing. Her job is to create an ineffective, weak left wing in the United States. And by saying this, AOC is effectively buying time for Democrats in Israel to finish their genocide of the Palestinian people. Don't get it twisted. AOC is 100% down with the genocide. She's just performing her role. Here she is, posing with the IDF, the people who are committing massive terrorist acts in Gaza. This is the true reason you're seeing Democrats in the corporate media praise AOC for her speech and prop her up as a future Democratic Party leader. They are rewarding her for her disgusting sellout of the anti-genocide movement and her portrayal of the left cause in general. Remember, she's a strikebreaker. She supported the ban the right Nazis in Ukraine and supported the United States coup attempt in Venezuela. AOC is the next Nancy Pelosi. Bernie Sanders and AOC will go down as the biggest traitors to the working class in modern history.
He didn't say anything wrong here, but I do want to pull up this video here too. Shout out to Roger Meadows because I want to play this video here. It's very apropos to, well, about your whole idea of the squad. Because remember, folks, AOC, when confronted, was doing nothing but this.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You think okay, how many more kids have to die for call a genocide? Don't touch me. How many more kids? Get out of here. How many more kids, AOC? How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? How many more kids? Don't touch me. How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? Hey, how many more kids have to die? Tell me how many more kids.
Thumbs up, AOC, right? Thumbs up. Let's play this video here.
I honestly don't think anyone can do this, but maybe you can prove me wrong. If you are planning on voting blue in November, I want you to answer the following question. Why are you voting for Kamala Harris? But in your response, you cannot use the words woman, minority, black, or Trump. The reason I'm confident individuals can't do this is because those are the primary reasons individuals are going to vote blue in November. Nothing to do with Kamala Harris's policy, but everything to do with, oh, well, she's a black woman, as they'll call her. Oh, well, because she's not Trump. Oh, because I want to see a minority in the White House. None of those reasons actually matter. Part of the reason that Kamala Harris doesn't ever really talk about policy is because her policies are deplorable, but she knows that the average individual on her side is so uninformed and takes the election process so unseriously that she can simply ride on or lean on the fact that she is a black woman or a minority or that she is not Trump as the primary reasons why individuals are going to vote for her. And until people start taking the election process more seriously, then we are going to continue to suffer under people like Kamala Harris who do not have our best interests at heart. But prove me wrong if you can. Tell me down below in the comment section, why are you voting for Kamala Harris? But do not use the words woman, minority, black, or Trump.
Good luck. Now, folks, why don't you ask that question to a diehard liberal? Give him that question. Ask him that question. Now, AOC is going to say that because Trump, minority, using identity politics. But gee, AOC, when confronted about the genocide in Gaza, you just did this.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You think so? Okay, say. How many more kids have to die to call a genocide? Don't touch me. How many more kids? Get out of here. How many more kids, AOC? How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? How many more kids? Don't touch me. How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? Hey, how many more kids have to die? Tell me how many more kids.
Thumbs up. Why would you do a thumbs up? You heard him. But maybe it's indifferent. But hey, is the squad suddenly falling apart? The future of the progressive group of Democrats known as the Squad, named by Nancy Pelosi, could be in doubt after recent defeats of the 2024 congressional elections. Two members of the Squad of 9 lost their primaries in recent months, while one of the co-founders of the Squad, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has recently drawn closer to more centrist figures in the Democratic Party. Her transformation is complete. The House of Representatives, the group was founded following in 2018 by Nancy Pelosi via by name as an insult by 4 congresswomen. AOC, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, and of course Rashida Tlaib. Its members have not shied away from criticizing their own party, but condemnation of Israel's conduct in Gaza, a war that divides much of America, has been a focus for opponents. So again, 2 primary defeats. What happened? Cori Bush was knocked out. Jamal Bowman knocked out. Both Democrats have been vocal critics of Israel's actions. Bullshit on that. Bull on that, especially for Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush. Man, they've been pro-democratic establishment since day one. The Bush was defeated by St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell in the second most expensive primary this election cycle. The United Democracy Project spent $9 million on ads attacking Bush and supporting Bell. The losses continue to divide among Democrats when it comes to Israel, and their defeats will have an impact on the Squad's effectiveness. The Squad's power on Capitol Hill isn't in a free fall, but there's no doubt that its clout is waning because they abandoned their voters. Never forget forced to vote, and that's including all of the quote-unquote Squad members, end quote. Moderate Democrats are increasingly willing to distance themselves from the far-left voices because they know that their brand of ultra-progressive politics isn't popular with large swathes of the electorate because the Democratic Party killed the progressive movement. All these people up here, including Cori Bush, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, AOC, they chose not to fight but compromise and be part of the Democratic Party. We're being lied to. We're being tricked to. It's called a trick. We've been tricked. Let's talk about AOC. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, was one of the 4 founding members of the Squads after her election to the House in the 2018 midterms. And what an innocent time. I really thought there would be hope. But she now holds an important position on a major committee and has reportedly forged new ties with senior Democrats, including Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, because she's now in, folks. She's in deep in the blue machine, and no pullout will happen. AOC serves as vice-ranking member of the powerful House Oversight Committee, and this has allowed her to develop a good relationship with Representative Jamie Raskin. the top Democrat on the committee. In June, Raskin and AOC unveiled the legislation that would prohibit Supreme Court justices from receiving gifts valued at more than $50. Both Democrats have been critical of gifts received by some conservative members of the court. Hey, AOC, you going to do anything about insider trading for Mama Bear Nancy Pelosi? Oh, wait, no, you're not, because you're Nancy 2.0. Don't worry, folks. We're going to see her on Unusual Whales. Mark my words. We will see AOC on Unusual Whales. And if you don't know who Unusual Whales is, they're on X, formerly known as Twitter, right? And they did a fantastic report and still do to this day. What you're also fantastic congressional member, be it Democrat or Republican, how much money they're making on insider trading. Don't be surprised, folks, that both parties give you the middle finger. AOC is gaining seniority in the Democratic machinery through her rank committee positions and influence in caucuses, according to Mark Shanahan. He is an associate professor in politics at the University of Surrey in the United Kingdom and co-editor of The Trump Presidency, From Campaign Trail to World Stage. Shanahan told Newsweek that AOC is less and less the fulcrum of the squad. Oh, my goodness. Again, Quick described AOC as the squad's most prominent member. Yeah, right. And he told Newsweek that she had moved on to a bigger and better role, working closely with party leadership and influential members like Raskin. Hey, Jank, Fat Tony, Kyle, a.k.a. Dime Store Eminem. Thank you for Justice Democrats in giving us this Frankenstein. Hey, Jank, are you still telling people we got to keep our powder dry? We got to keep our powder dry, guys. Guys, we got to keep the powder dry. Keep the powder dry. Keep the powder dry. Because if you don't, well, that makes you a bad, bad person, doesn't it? I guess it does, doesn't it? Goodness gracious, Cretaceous. What kind of world are we living in? But talking about this, Ilhan Omar, Representative Ilhan Omar, won her primary in Minnesota's heavily Democratic 5th Congressional District on August 13th. And more than 56% of the vote. Her opponent, former Minneapolis City Council member Don Samuels, described Omar as divisive and criticized her comments about the war in Gaza. Omar avoided the fate suffered by her fellow squad members, despite her outspoken criticism of Israel, while Samuels does not appear to have been supported by the United Democracy Project. They reportedly spent $350,000 against Omar in 2022. Though it's not entirely clear why the United Democracy Project stayed out of the race, it could be connected to Omar's fundraising. She raised around $6.2 million for this year's race. She is almost certain to return to the House of Representatives in her deep blue district, but she may be facing a reduced squad. And she will be, unfortunately. And she has to come to terms with that because the squad doesn't respect, well, its voting base. Folks, this is just how it is. I want to pull up this video here of Ilhan Omar because AOC is being called out and the squad is breaking up. Let's play this video here just so all of you can see as well.
Ask yourselves, how does our Secretary of State travel 11 times begging for an end to a situation that we truly have continued to provide the bombs and the weapons that are creating that situation? How do we allow, where is our patriotism? Where is our dignity? How do we allow our Secretary of State to go into Israel, say we are close to securing a ceasefire, now for the 11th time, to leave for Egypt, only for Bibi Netanyahu to have a press conference right after him and say, we are not taking a deal that ends this war? How are we not ashamed that that is the humiliation that our administration's representatives are faced with? It is not only the hypocrisy of saying we are a country that cares about human rights. It is not just the hypocrisy of saying we care about the rule of law. It is not just the hypocrisy of saying we respect international law. But it's also the humiliation. We are the most powerful nation, supplying billions of dollars to a country that is waging genocide against people who have been occupied, who have faced apartheid, who have been displaced.
What was AOC's response to all of that? Well, I didn't see AOC speaking out to the public, going outside. I saw her inside in the air-conditioned building known as the United Center. When confronted, I will leave you guys with AOC giving the thumbs up.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You think okay, say, how many more kids have to die to call a genocide? Don't touch me. How many more kids? Get out of here. How many more kids, AOC? How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? How many more kids? Don't touch me. How many more kids have to die for you to call it genocide? Hey, how many more kids have to die? Tell me how many more kids. How many more? How many more? 10,000 more, 20,000. How many kids have to die?
She don't care. She's moving on. She used us for her votes and her position of power. She built her name off of, other channels. She used to show up on TYT a whole bunch of times. Hell, she was even on the Jimmy Dore show. Does she show up on those channels now? No. Kyle, Jank, thank you for giving us this Frankenstein. It means so much. But look, there she is.
Have to die. Tell me how many more kids.
Thumbs up, right? Thumbs up. I'll leave you with that image right there. Maybe make this video go viral. Because AOC and the squad, here's the thing. They were never broken up because they never existed in the first place. The whole idea of the squad was a joke. The whole idea of Justice Democrats, brand new Congress, our revolution, DSA is a joke. You can't reform a political party that's corrupt to the core. It's like getting eaten by a bear. You can't change the bear in the inside. The bear's just going to crap you out. And all what will remain of you is one big old bear turd. I know, maybe that's a brutal analogy. Maybe I shouldn't be using that comparison. But I think we've wasted enough time by supporting these Democratic hack frauds. It's time to break away. That's the truth of it. Ilhan Omar, yeah, you're speaking out, but you're still part of that party too. So not only is the squad breaking up, but I think your base that ever once supported you guys at one time was loyalty is breaking up with you guys too. It's long overdue. It's very toxic, but at least AOC is giving you the thumbs up. She's giving you the thumbs up. In fact, here, let's see it in full display.
If you fool me once, it's because I didn't think a guard was needed. If you fool me twice, it's because I didn't learn the lesson, so it bears repeating. If you try the same play 3 times running, it's because you know what's coming, and you didn't come to lead, you came to purposefully be misleading. Democracy is dry. It's been a century bleeding. The husk is gaping open to the sky, out in the field where all the sheep just keep on circling and worrying and bleeding. They're waiting for the shepherd that they've tried to hide their faith in, but he's so appealing. They'd gladly give their fleece. It's such a freeing feeling that even when he leads them to the ledge and starts to urge them on, they're positively beaming. They were told that they were on their way to save democracy, so even as they plummet, they just gloat. They don't consider screaming. And halfway up the cliff, the shepherd's cozy little mittens wrap around the staff of shattered human hopes on which he's leaning. He shows the gentle grin that used to stir your inner spark, and he says, "Not me, us," as he gestures to the oligarchs. He knows that if he runs, they're going to stop him like a stolen car. And he'll easily surrender because it bought a lot of time for laying mines in all the grassroots. Suddenly, the tiniest of movements gets you blown apart. Suddenly, you're in a play that's set on an election day and voting for the fire, unaware you're playing Joan of Arc. Suddenly, the shepherd pulls the rug and slips a hood across your clueless mug, and everything goes zero dark. I'm gonna warn you once more before it's 2024 and you fuck around and find out who your heroes are. To take a step back from the herd, and you'll learn that you can spot who all the shearers are. If you really want to know the product that they're selling, I can take you where the mirrors are. If you think your voice is finally ready, I can tell you where the lyrics are. I hid them in a box I had to bury neath the cobble when they carpet bombed the promenade and raided all the street bazaars. Now all we've got's the marketplace, and you're too broke to even bother asking what the options for your treatment are. Suddenly, the raw debris of homeless human dignity will find it has 100 teeth for every badge and sweeper's arm. Suddenly, they speak in solidarity and each is armed. Suddenly, the sheep can see the shepherd for his truest form and all pitch in at once to help him buy the farm. And now it's zero dark, and all is calm and peaceful save the distant wail of sirens that approach beside the flames of dawn. Suddenly, the carrot's just a string that's on a stick, and all your movements make you sick because the prize is gone. Now, we could go and flee into the forest low and meek, or we can exercise our right to feast and go and graze on Biden's lawn. Because he's been sowing seeds that seep a toxin out to sap a bit from each of us and keep on leaching decades after Biden's gone. So regardless who they summon out of hell to come and do the job, it will not feel like Biden's gone. But in that time of hopelessness, you cannot trust the shepherd when he once again comes asking you to humor him his siren song. And it's cute that you can innocently, honestly assume that's just a symptom of a system that was wired wrong, and not the standard feature, basic function, primary objective of a mass hypnosis firebomb. You don't need to know the words to cry along. Someday it'll hit you like an officer who pistol whipped their ride along. Broke his jaw and kept his job and kept it moving right along. That voting isn't red or blue or black or white or right or wrong. Voting's like a firing squad where you can choose the firearm. It's slow extinction by and large. It's Super Tuesday supercharged. It's all your futures, roots and all, just tossed out on a garbage barge. It's everybody dropping out to push the biggest oligarch. It's everybody voting fire, registered as Joan of Arc.